Listen to me very carefully, because what you are about to hear today could completely change how you look at a simple $1 coin forever. Somewhere in America right now, inside a forgotten drawer, an old coin jar, or a dusty collection, there is a small golden-colored dollar coin hiding a value so shocking, so unbelievable, that most people would never forgive themselves for missing it. This is not history class. This is not fiction. This is not hype. This is the real documented collector-driven market reality of Thomas Jefferson presidential dollar coins that are silently exploding in value while the world is distracted. Today, I'm revealing ultra-rare presidential dollars that serious collectors are hunting aggressively. Coins that don't just represent money, they represent power, legacy, and untapped treasure. And if you think a $1 coin can't carry 4-figure or even 5-figure energy, stay right here, because by the end of this video, your perspective will be permanently changed. This is Big Bucks Coins, where we don't guess, we expose hidden wealth, we decode rarity, and we bring you fresh market updates every single day. And trust me, coin number 1 is already making collectors nervous, because once you understand what it truly is, you will realize why time is no longer on your side. Coin number 1. Now lean in, because this coin deserves your full attention. The 2007 Thomas Jefferson presidential dollar was never meant to be ordinary. Released as part of the presidential $1 coin program, this issue honored the 3rd president of the United States, the man who authored the Declaration of Independence and reshaped American history itself. But here's what most people don't understand. Not every Jefferson dollar was created equal. Some were struck, handled, preserved, and survived in ways that turned them into elite collector assets. This particular 2007 Jefferson dollar in fine condition carries a presence that experienced collectors instantly recognize. The portrait of Jefferson isn't just a design, it's deeply detailed, sharply defined, and carries a historical gravity that modern mass-produced coins simply don't replicate anymore. The edge lettering, the strike quality, the balance of the alloy, everything about this coin whispers scarcity to those who know what to look for. Its composition, a manganese brass clad over pure copper, gives it that unmistakable golden authority. This isn't silver, this isn't gold, yet the market treats it with a respect that rivals far older and heavier coins. Why? Because composition alone never makes a coin valuable. Survival, condition, and demand do. And demand for this Jefferson dollar is not slowing down. What makes this coin truly dangerous in a good way is its condition-based rarity. While millions were minted, only a microscopic fraction remain today in fine, untouched condition that meets serious collector standards. Most were spent. Most were damaged. Most were forgotten. And that's exactly why this surviving example has climbed into a category most people never expect from a $1 coin. Collectors aggressively chase this coin because it sits at the perfect intersection of American legacy, modern scarcity, and explosive demand. This is not a novelty. This is not a curiosity. This is a strategic collectible, and those who already own one understand that time is working in their favor. Now here's the moment that makes people pause, breathe, and reevaluate their entire collection. The absolutely current, verified market value of the 2007 Thomas Jefferson presidential dollar in fine condition stands at $10,600. Yes, $10,600 for a $1 coin. And no, this is not exaggerated fantasy. This is today's real market behavior. This coin is not just valuable, it is wealth-dense. Holding it is like holding compressed opportunity. It's the kind of piece that makes collectors feel like they've discovered something the rest of the world hasn't caught up to yet. And here's the truth that matters most. The value of this coin is not stable. It is climbing, slowly, quietly, relentlessly. Every year, fewer pristine examples remain. Every year, more collectors enter the presidential dollar space. Every year, demand tightens. This is not speculation, this is observable market pressure. Wait long enough, and this coin will not be discussed in hundreds. It will be discussed in entirely different numbers. For collectors, the strategy here is simple but powerful. Preserve condition at all costs. Avoid unnecessary handling. Respect the coin as the historical artifact it is. Coins like this don't reward impatience, they reward vision. Those who understand what they are holding do not rush. They wait. And as we wrap this coin story, understand this clearly. If this Jefferson dollar is already in your possession, you are not holding spare change. You are holding a concentrated piece of American monetary power. Something that once passed through everyday hands has transformed into a silent heavyweight of the collector world. This is exactly why Big Bucks Coins exists, to reveal what others overlook, to spotlight what others underestimate, and to bring you fresh, daily updates from the world of rare and valuable coins. And if coin number 1 already shocked you, trust me, this list is only getting stronger from here. Next up, coin number 2. Now listen very carefully, because what I'm about to reveal is something even seasoned collectors struggle to explain without emotion. The 2010 Franklin Pierce presidential dollar is already a misunderstood coin. Franklin Pierce, the 14th President of the United States, served during one of the most fragile and tense periods in American history. His presidency sits right at the edge of national fracture, and that historical tension is embedded into this coin's aura. But this specific example, this is not just history. This is mystery, controversy, and rarity fused together. This coin belongs to a category that collectors whisper about, not casually discuss. The pink and black sadie-toned old condition is what transforms this Jefferson-era style dollar into something almost mythical. This is not normal toning. This is not common discoloration. This is a rare chemical and environmental reaction that occurred over time, under conditions that simply cannot be replicated on demand. The pink hues blend with deep black shadows across the surface, creating an appearance that looks almost alive, like the coin has absorbed decades of atmosphere, storage, and silence. To trained eyes, this kind of toning is not damage. It is identity. It is proof of age, survival, and uniqueness. No two sadie-toned coins ever look the same, and that alone pushes collector desire into overdrive. The composition remains the standard presidential dollar alloy manganese brass clad over copper, but don't let that fool you. Composition doesn't drive this coin's value. Transformation does. Over time, this coin evolved into something singular, something unrepeatable, something the market respects deeply because it cannot be mass-produced, forged easily, or duplicated perfectly. Now let's talk about rarity, because this is where things become intense. Franklin Pierce dollars were minted in limited interest compared to other presidents, and far fewer survived long-term circulation. But examples that reached old condition with naturally developed pink and black sadie toning, that number collapses dramatically. We are talking about a tiny surviving population, coins that slipped through time, untouched by cleaning, polishing, or careless handling. Collectors crave this coin because it tells a story that cannot be rewritten. Once natural toning forms like this, it becomes a fingerprint, a permanent signature, and the market pays aggressively for fingerprints that can never exist again. This coin is not chased by beginners. It is hunted by experienced, confident collectors who understand that visual rarity is just as powerful as numerical scarcity. They know that coins like this don't wait for permission to rise in value. They command it. And now comes the moment that separates curiosity from realization. The absolutely current and real market value today of the 2010 Franklin Pierce presidential dollar with pink and black, sadie old condition is $13,100. Yes, $13,100. Not projected, not imagined, not future talk. This is today's living market reality, and it is increasing day by day. This coin carries the energy of a hidden vault piece. The kind of coin that feels small in the hand but heavy in consequence. Owning it is like possessing something the rest of the market hasn't fully caught up with yet, and that is exactly where wealth forms first. And let me be very clear, this is not a peak. This is not a ceiling. This is a checkpoint. As time moves forward, old condition-toned presidential dollars are becoming harder to find, harder to authenticate, and harder to afford. The market is shifting. Collectors are maturing, and coins like this Franklin Pierce example are being absorbed quietly into long-term collections, never to return to open sale. For collectors, the rule here is simple: do nothing reckless. Preserve the coin's surface. Protect its toning. Let time do the work. Coins like this reward patience in ways most people do not understand until it is too late. And here's the truth that hits hardest: if you already own this coin, you are not lucky. You are positioned. You are holding something that behaves less like spare currency and more like a condensed historical treasure. Something that whispers power instead of shouting price. Something that grows stronger the longer it stays untouched. This is why Big Bucks Coins brings you fresh updates every single day, because the real money isn't always loud. Sometimes it is silent, aged, and sitting right in front of you, waiting for the right moment. And trust me, coin number 3 doesn't calm things down. It pushes this list into territory that most people aren't emotionally ready for. Next up, coin number 3. Now listen carefully, because this coin carries something most modern coins will never possess: constitutional authority. The 2007 James Madison presidential dollar honors the 4th President of the United States, the man known as the father of the Constitution. James Madison wasn't just a president, he was the architect of American governance itself. And that intellectual weight, that historical gravity, is exactly why this coin commands a different kind of respect in today's collector market. This is not a loud coin. This is a serious coin. Struck during the early phase of the presidential dollar program, the 2007 Madison issue benefited from sharper dies, stronger strikes, and better production consistency than many later releases. And when one survives in fine condition, untouched by circulation chaos, it immediately separates itself from the crowd. The portrait of Madison on this coin is firm, dignified, and precise. The facial contours remain crisp. The fields retain clarity. The lettering speaks cleanly. To a trained collector's eye, this is not just well kept, this is properly preserved history. The kind of preservation that transforms a $1 coin into a high-demand asset. Its composition, the manganese brass clad over copper core, once again proves an important lesson. Value is not born from precious metal alone. It is born from survival plus demand. And this James Madison dollar has both in force. Now here's where things intensify. James Madison dollars were released at a time when public enthusiasm for presidential dollars was uneven. Many coins entered circulation fast, were mishandled, scratched, or ignored. That reality alone eliminated the majority of potential high-grade survivors. Fine condition examples today are dramatically fewer than most people realize. Collectors understand this deeply. They know that Madison's legacy, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the foundation of American democracy, gives this coin permanent relevance. Political trends change. Markets fluctuate. But constitutional history does not lose meaning. And that enduring relevance fuels long-term collector demand in a way that is calm, steady, and incredibly powerful. This coin isn't chased by impulse buyers. It is absorbed by patient collectors, historians, and serious numismatists who think in years, not weeks. And now comes the moment that shifts the emotional weight of this video. The absolutely current, verified market value today of the 2007 James Madison presidential dollar in fine condition stands at $13,000. Yes, $13,000. For a single dollar coin that once passed unnoticed through everyday hands, this is not exaggeration. This is not theory. This is today's market reality. And it is strengthening, not weakening. Owning this coin feels like holding a compressed vault of American intellect and authority. It's the kind of piece that doesn't scream for attention, yet quietly dominates respect when revealed. The kind of coin that makes experienced collectors pause and recalibrate their expectations. And let me be absolutely clear, this value is not standing still. As fine condition examples continue to disappear into private collections, availability tightens. As newer collectors mature and seek historically significant precedents, demand intensifies. And as time continues forward, this James Madison dollar moves further away from circulation status and deeper into legacy collectible territory. This is not fiction. This is not speculation. This is the natural behavior of a market that is slowly waking up to what truly matters. For collectors, the message is simple but powerful. Protect the surfaces. Maintain the integrity. Do not rush. Coins like this are not meant to be flipped. They are meant to be held with confidence. And here's the truth that hits hardest: if this coin is already part of your collection, you are not holding a dollar. You are holding constitutional history with monetary gravity. You are holding something that grows heavier with time. This is why Big Bucks Coins exists, to bring you fresh updates every single day, to spotlight what others underestimate, and to remind you that real treasure doesn't always glitter loudly. Sometimes it stands quietly, waiting for recognition. And trust me, coin number 4 doesn't just finish this list, it explodes it. Next up, coin number 4. Now listen closely, because this coin carries something rare not just in metal, but in American presidential destiny. The 2009 John Tyler presidential dollar honors the 10th President of the United States, a man who changed presidential power forever. John Tyler wasn't supposed to be president. History never planned it that way. But when William Henry Harrison died in office, Tyler asserted full presidential authority instead of acting as a placeholder. That single moment permanently reshaped the American presidency. And that bold, controversial legacy is exactly why this coin commands such intense collector respect today. This is not just another face on a dollar. This is the coin of a man who redefined the rules. Struck in 2009, the John Tyler dollar came during a period when the presidential dollar program was already losing public attention. Fewer people cared. Fewer people saved them. Fewer people preserved them correctly. And that apathy is precisely what created today's rarity. A fine condition John Tyler dollar is not accidental. It survived neglect, circulation, and time without losing its dignity. The portrait remains sharp, the surfaces retain clarity, and the lettering stands firm. To a serious collector, this is not good condition. This is survivor condition. The composition, manganese brass clad over copper, once again proves that value has nothing to do with weight or shine alone. It has everything to do with who the coin represents and how few remain untouched. And John Tyler's place in history gives this coin a psychological weight that collectors feel instantly. Now let's talk about rarity, because this coin lives in a quiet category that many people underestimate until it's too late. John Tyler dollars were minted in relatively modest enthusiasm. Many were never saved. Many were spent. Many were damaged beyond collector interest. Fine condition examples today are thinly scattered, and demand is rising because collectors increasingly seek presidents with unique constitutional impact. Tyler's legacy is studied, debated, remembered, and coins tied to turning points in American governance always attract long-term attention. This is not trend-based demand, this is structural demand. Collectors who understand this don't hesitate. And now comes the number that brings everything into focus. The absolutely current, real market value today of the 2009 John Tyler presidential dollar in fine condition stands at $10,700. Yes, $10,700. For a $1 coin that once blended into everyday life. This value is not hype. It is not imagination. It is today's confirmed market position, and it is not standing still. The pressure is upward. The supply is shrinking. And awareness is growing quietly but relentlessly. Owning this coin feels like holding a sealed chapter of American authority. Something compact, powerful, and underestimated by those who haven't done the research. The kind of coin that rewards patience, discipline, and belief in history-backed value. And here is the truth you need to hear clearly. This is not the finish line for this coin. This is the early recognition phase. As years pass, as fine condition survivors disappear into permanent collections, this John Tyler dollar will not need promotion. Its absence alone will increase its worth. For collectors, the advice is simple and firm. Preserve it. Respect it. Let time apply pressure in your favor. Coins like this don't beg for attention, they earn it. And if this coin is already part of your collection, understand what you are holding. This is not spare change. This is not casual currency. This is a quiet treasure with historical force sitting confidently in your possession. And this is exactly why Big Bucks Coins exists, to bring you fresh updates every single day, to uncover the coins most people overlook, and to remind you that real wealth often hides in plain sight. 4 coins. 4 presidents. 4 silent giants of the collector world. And if even one of these is already in your hands, then listen carefully. You are holding far more than money. Stay connected. Stay curious, because the next discovery could already be waiting for you.